Okay, guys, it's Tuesday, May 5th, 2015. ZB Bond Futures 30-year. I took this short signal right at a little after 4. It was a good trade. Doesn't look like much here, but I got some good profit off of it. And I have kind of a downward bias right now, so I did not take this up signal, and this down signal here ran away from me. By then I was getting to a point where I had to go out and was out the morning, so I'm really just looking at this first since I got back. Here was another up signal which I wouldn't have taken, but this guy, which turns out to be the good move of the day, I would have tried to get into this. I would have tried to get in on this second bar, which it looks like that would have been doable, and you would have had not very much heat at all on this third bar, and then boom. So that would have turned into a fantastic trade if you say you got in about 156.24. This guy runs down to 155.13, so 156.24 to 155.24, that's a point. So $1,000 a contract, 5 contracts, there's $5,000 for the morning, and that's in an hour. Anyway, I only took 2 trades, one on ZB and one on ZN. I caught all of this move on both of those contracts and made some pretty good profit for the day, and then I was basically out. Like I said, I still have a downward bias on the bonds. I'll pull over the daily chart and just show you. See if I can do that for you real quick. Pull this guy over. And here's why I have a downward bias. Let me see if I can give you a little better view of it here. I've got a line marked there, and we almost got to it, if not to it, just kind of marking this low. We're almost there. As you can see, everything is pointing down. That's why I haven't really been taking any long signals in bonds, because this thing's playing out. Here's the TTM squeeze, and we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days into that squeeze, so still got a lot of momentum. Red here, nothing's changed. These can go, 7 to 10 bars on average. Doesn't mean they will, but we're 5 days into it. This guy's coming down now. There could be some support around this 155, so tomorrow could be interesting. But there is nothing showing any let up on the sell-off in bonds. If it breaks this, you could conceivably draw a line over here at 150 and some change. So there could be something going on with that. Let's do that. That's not gonna let me. Oh well. Well, that let me. That'll let me. Yeah. Let's do it about see if we can get here at 150. My mouse is not that. We'll say 150.10. So there's some support there in theory, but will we get there? Who knows? We could draw some Fibonacci and see, and I will do some of that analysis, and I'll put that on another video. But right now, we're still in a downtrend. We'll see if we get a bounce tomorrow around this level, but for the most part, today, every short signal, you couldn't have got this one unless you're just going to chase it. And chasing it, you would have, maybe got in on this bar, and you wouldn't have. That'd have been a tough one. But this down signal, I caught this one. That one I didn't even try. I was gone then for the rest of the day, but I would have really liked to have caught this. That'd have been a fantastic trade. Even on this bar here, you could have got filled if you still didn't feel like you couldn't have got filled on this one. That thing wicked right up. You could have got a good fill right before the bottom fell out. So a couple of decent trades for sure. I only took one, but used two instruments and made some pretty good coin on that and was happy. And then I was out the rest of the day basically. Anyway, that's where we are. I hope you get something out of it, and let's watch and see what happens with where is it, with our daily chart. Watch this 155.10. As I'm doing this video, we're trading at 155.29, so it's already come down and bounced off of this roughly. Let's hit into the tick, and let's see, can I? Yeah, see, look, it came right down like it pierced it just a tad, and then now it's bounced. But we'd have to look at some pivot levels, which are right here actually. You can see how it's bouncing off this pivot. There's our low of the day. Move this over, you can see. Oh yeah, that's my line I just drew. Sorry about that. This pivot, look how it held. Yeah, it pierced it some, but look how it adheres to these structures. Here's a pivot level up here. Look at this. Tested it. Comes down. These are my moving averages I have on there, the 8 and the 55 MA. Comes back up, tests it, goes down. Comes back up, tests it, boom. Right down to that next pivot level. That's why I've had several email questions, and that's one of the big things in my videos here are these weekly pivot levels. Look at the structure that it's giving you here. We can't make this stuff up, as a lady used to tell me all the time, and it's true. We can't. It's bouncing around these pivot levels. It's coming up and testing these levels. If you know these in advance, you can, for example, here's a long signal and you know it's going up, and you've got some room here to make some good profit before it might come up here and test this level. Does it mean it's always going to do this? No. But, I mean, look here. It tested it 1, 2, 3, 4 times today. Never really broke it, and then comes down here, tests all this. The rest of the day, it's testing this level. Then it kind of eases on, but these weekly pivot levels are, for bonds, are pretty amazing. So I suggest you look into them. You know, do some Googling and find you some studies that you could use these pivot levels with. Or a study that would paint these on your charts, and you might be amazed at what it can do for your trading. Okay guys, that's it, and I will talk with you later. Thanks.